everyone, welcome back. As you can see, we are starting on a brand new voyage, and I decided I think I'm going to break this into 3 different parts. Well, there'll be a part A, part B, and part C. So what I plan to do is, this is Voyage 13, and I plan to work on it for 5 weeks. And what we're going to accomplish, I hope, is to pay off a vet bill for $300. And then there's a Discover 2 balance transfer that we're going to pay off $3,000 of it. It is more than that, but since it's not completely due until I think was it September, so about 14 weeks away, we're just going to break it down into portions. So I want to get $3,000 of that amount. And I believe it starts off at $8,000. So we're going to get the first $3,000 accomplished in the first 5 weeks. And then we have one seahorse joining us for this week. And so some of the crazy events happening in my world is we had an issue with one of our ceilings. We live in an old house, and we knew the ceiling was having issues, and part of it came down. So we have a board up, and one of these days we'll figure out how to get that fixed. But at the moment, the board is there and keeping it in place. And then also we have a flat tire on a bike and just a few odd and end things going on, but it's okay because honestly we'll get through it some way somehow, because that's how human nature is. Just keep moving forward. So with that, we'll jump into what's going on so far. And probably instead of line of credit 1, I probably should have said this is actually the checking account. So the check for $1,000 came in, and then we will apply $60 to the Citibank for that vet bill, and then $560 to the Visa for the portion that's due, leaving us $380. And then starting off with the part A, what I did here is this is like the complete on Discover 2. Originally started off at $8,000. So then I decided just to break it down into that 5 weeks, where we're going to focus on the $3,000 for the first 5 weeks, and then we'll focus on getting that vet bill for $300. And that's also on the Citibank we're running expenses through, so that'll keep our minimum payment paid up and on time. So we start off at $3,300, and then once again the Discover 2 is $3,000 of it, the vet is $300 of it, and then I did do a regular payment of $200 to that Discover 2, and that brought that down to $2,800. And then in week 1, we'll go ahead and do $560. And I probably should have done that on Friday, but I have not done this transaction yet. But that is something I will probably get done tomorrow. So I will go ahead and just subtract that out. And minus 560 leaves us 2,240 left on that goal. And then we have 300 minus the 60, and that gives us $240 remaining on the vet bill. So then we have 560 plus the 60. We have conquered $620 of debt this week. And then we'll go ahead and also put that on our captain's log. So we start off at $3,300, and then we have paid off $620. So paid so far is at $620, and then 3,300 minus 620 is 2,680. And then we'll add that to our running $55,469.87. Add 620 to that, and then we're at $56,089.87. And then we'll go into the credits available. I went ahead and just kept that revolving credit on for right now, so there is $500 available on that. Visa, we have a limit of $10,000. We're currently using $8,372.61. Available is $1,627.39. Then we have a Citibank at $18,000 for the limit. It currently has $6,000 on there, so there's $12,000 available. Discover 2, which has that balance transfer we're working on right now, has a limit of $18,500. The balance is $7,800, giving us $10,700 available. And then Discover 1 has a limit of $20,000. The balance is $8,315, and now available is $11,685. So the balances, we have $83,72.61, and then the $6,000, $7,800, and $8,315. So we have $30,487.61, and then available is the $500 plus $1,627.39 plus $12,000 plus $10,700 plus $11,685. So we have $36,512.39 is available. And then this just shows the plan of action. So we know, like, in this 5 weeks we need to get the mortgage paid, and I think I'm going to go ahead and run that through the Visa on that payment. And then we're still on track for the $1,000, having $600 go to Discover 2, which would be $560 a week, and then $40 would go to the Visa. And then we would have line of credit 1, we would put $100 a week and then take out $60 to pay that city. And then I think we're still on track for that $100 for American Express, going to line of credit 2 and then coming out for the payment. And then we still need to do $100 to savings, so I'll probably do that tomorrow as well. And then the miscellaneous line of credit 3, we'll also put $100 towards that, so that should be the $1,000 a week, should equal that. And then July 18th is when we expect the 5-week time frame to be accomplished with the Part A. And then Part B will be July 25th through August 22nd. And then Part C will be August 29th through September 19th, with September 23rd being the payoff date on that Discover 2. So we should be able to accomplish that. So please let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please like and subscribe to follow my debt journey, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.